Have you ever wondered if Disney's most iconic resort is actually worth spending that high price tag? Well, after finally staying at Disney's Grand Floridian, I'm sharing everything we loved, everything we didn't, and whether I would actually book it again. If you're planning a Disney World vacation, especially with kids, you're going to want to watch this before you go. As soon as we pulled into the Grand Floridian, it honestly felt like I was stepping into another world. The lobby is absolutely breathtaking. It's bright, open, and smells amazing. And every detail is so incredibly beautiful. You can definitely see why this is considered Disney's flagship resort. Even my kids stopped and looked around because it truly is impressive. This was a dream stay, so tears came. Tears came right when we walked through this lobby. Now let's talk about the room. We stayed in a standard resort view room, and I thought Disney did a really good job at balancing luxury with comfort. All the little details with the penguins and the chandeliers, it was perfect. And even though we had a resort view room, we had a view of the marina, and if you stuck your head out a little bit over the balcony, you could see Cinderella's castle. We stayed in Sago Cay or Sago Key, to each their own, and it is directly across from Gasparilla Grill, and the walking path to Magic Kingdom is right beside our building, and the other side of the building is the water. The beds were comfortable and everything was spotless. The bathroom had plenty of counter space, which is always appreciated when you're getting everybody ready in the morning. One thing I also loved was how quiet this resort felt. Even though there are thousands of guests staying here, it never felt crowded or noisy around our room at all. Location. Now, this might honestly be the biggest reason people stay here. I don't know. The location is pretty incredible. You're literally one stop away from Magic Kingdom on the monorail. You can also walk to Magic Kingdom if you want, which was one of our favorite parts of the trip. After a long day in the parks, not having to wait for buses with exhausted kids is worth so much. Being able to leave the park, be back in your room in just a few minutes made the entire vacation feel less stressful, and that's something that honestly is really hard to put a price tag on when you're filled with so much chaos during the day at the parks. I mean, if we're being honest, it's chaotic. Now on to dining. The dining options here are fantastic. We had breakfast at 1900 Park Fare, and it was one of the highlights of our vacation. The character interactions were incredible. The food exceeded our expectations, and it was one of those meals that created memories we'll never forget. There are also several signature restaurants, lounges, quick service options, and of course the famous lobby where you can grab a coffee or simply relax while listening to a live piano music. It really feels like a resort where you don't have to leave if you don't want to. Now let's move on to the atmosphere of the resort. One thing that surprised me was just how peaceful everything felt. Even though you're only minutes from Magic Kingdom, it really never felt hectic there at all. Whether you're walking along the marina, watching the boats, sitting in one of the lobby chairs, or simply enjoying views of Cinderella Castle across the water, it feels like you're on a luxury vacation, not just a theme park trip. The slower pace was something I really appreciated. I never had to wait in line to order food at Gasparilla's, or when I was checking out at Gasparilla's, I genuinely felt like there was hardly any people around me ever, and it was wonderful. All right, now let's talk about some things to consider. No resort is perfect. The biggest downside is definitely the price. If your plan is to spend every waking minute inside the parks, you may not get enough value to justify staying here. I would highly recommend one, if not two, resort days to fully appreciate this resort and get your money's worth out of it. I also think this resort has a quieter atmosphere compared to places like Polynesian or Beach Club. We went over to the Polynesian for a first time while we were staying at Grand Floridian, and I could not wait to leave. There was too many people. It was so crowded. I felt like I just left a park and went to another park, but I was at a resort. Some families may love that quieter atmosphere, and other families might prefer a resort with a little more energy. All right, now, final rating. So would I stay here again? Absolutely. Between the incredible service, beautiful rooms, amazing location, outstanding dining, and peaceful atmosphere, Disney's Grand Floridian really lives up to its reputation. I have dreamed of staying at this place since I was 11 years old, and it was truly a dream come true. For our family, I'd honestly give it a 9.5 out of 10. The only thing keeping it from a perfect score is the price. If it's within your budget, or if you've been saving for a very special Disney vacation, I genuinely think it is an unforgettable experience. If you've stayed at Disney's Grand Floridian, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Was it worth it to you? And if you are trying to decide between Disney resorts, don't forget to subscribe because I've got more honest Disney hotel reviews, dining reviews, park guides, and family vacation tips coming every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.